We'll start by introducing ourselves, and then have you introduce yourselves, and we will then move on from there. My name is Steve Franczyk. I teach political science at the U.S. Naval Academy.
I'm Margaret Branson, Associate Director for the Center for Civic Education.
And good afternoon, I'm Scott Kawasaki. I work at a hospital in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I'm also the youngest member of the Alaska legislature.
Will you introduce yourselves?
Hello, judges. I'm Selena Pena, Captain of Unit 6, and today we're going to be talking about the constitutional challenges in the 21st century. I'd like to introduce my teacher, Mr. Swinehart, and my coaches, Ms. Emerson and Mr. Swinehart, and our principal, Peyton Tuck.
Good.
Hi, I'm Rachel Wald.
Hello, I'm Manny Garcia.
Good afternoon, I'm Toba Siegel.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alan Beard.
I'm Lucia Webb. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. As you might have guessed, we're doing question number 3. In comparison with other democracies, the American political culture still contains many of the values that make for vibrant democracy, and these may even have increased over the past several decades. Tocqueville would not recognize contemporary America, but he still might conclude that his observation about democracy in America generally hold true. Do you agree or disagree? Why? Tocqueville said there was greater opportunity and equality of condition among people in America than anywhere else. Is that still true? What evidence can you offer to support your position? Tocqueville said, Americans sought to rely on their own efforts to solve problems and resist the evils and difficulties of life. Is that still true today? What evidence can you offer?
May we begin?
Yes.
If Alexis de Tocqueville came to America today, he would smile with recognition that his 4 pillars of vibrant democracy he identified 200 years ago still exist.
The first pillar was juries. Tocqueville believed that juries were both the most energetic means of making the people rule and the most efficacious means of teaching the people to rule well. Article 3 and the 6th and 7th Amendments protect juries today. The second pillar was civic associations. Tocqueville thought that civic associations facilitated private action to benefit the community, reducing government reliance. With the decision of NAACP versus Alabama, the First Amendment protects over 1.8 million civic associations nationwide. The third pillar was the separation of church and state, protected by the First Amendment. Tocqueville noted religion in America takes no direct part in government of society. Everson v. Board of Education expanded the First Amendment's secular ideals to the states. The fourth pillar was active local government. He noted that the robust local governments were the best means of meeting the citizens' needs. County and city governments play a large role today, running schools, police and fire departments, as well as many other services.
I disagree. Tocqueville will be disappointed by the erosion of his pillars. Firstly, juries are no longer significant means of government engagement. Fewer than 5% of criminal cases go to trial, and juries lack diversity.
Second, government programs such as the National Endowment for the Arts, Medicare, and welfare now assume the role of civic associations. In Tocqueville's time, civic associations independently ran museums and hospitals, which are now commonly funded by the government. Third, separation between church and state was compromised in 2007 by Hine versus Freedom from Religion Foundation's holding that the executive branch may allocate funds to religious institutions under certain circumstances.
Fourth, the initiative system and government regulations compromise the effectiveness of municipalities. For example, Oregon's Measure 5 limits the ability of counties to levy property taxes as they choose. No Child Left Behind takes away the power of local governments to bar discriminatory organizations from using their facilities.
A fifth pillar was equality of condition and opportunity. Unlike aristocratic France, there is no formal class structure in the United States. Furthermore, everyone in America had the opportunity to achieve their goals. He observed that unlike Europeans, Americans had access to basic education, and American property laws allowed for the division of inherited wealth. Today, public schools continue to offer all children a basic education, while progressive taxes and the estate tax allow for the redistribution of assets.
Modern America does not have greater equality. Scandinavian countries provide stronger safety nets by granting the rights to housing and healthcare. Currently, 60% of individual bankruptcies in the U.S. are a result from medical bills. Although recent healthcare legislation has responded to unequal access to medical care, many provisions don't take effect until 2014.
Tocqueville also believed Americans relied on their own self-efforts to avoid life's difficulties. He explained enlightened self-interest motivated individuals to work towards the common good, because only by helping others could individuals improve their own lives.
Although government provides more services today, Americans remain self-reliant and community-oriented. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, over 63 million Americans volunteered in their communities in 2009.
The members of our Constitution team alone have volunteered over 2,300 hours this year. Constitution team alumni from our school established a nonprofit to teach citizenship classes to immigrants. Their first student was naturalized just last month.
Although Tocqueville's pillars of democracy are constantly being challenged in modern America, as Tocqueville said, the greatness of America lies not in being more enlightened than any other nation, but rather in her ability to repair her faults.
Thank you.
Interested in your presentation of the pillars, extending from that notion of pillars that are there, what criteria would you suggest as useful to government for trying to determine how to spread equality of opportunity in particular?
I think one of Tocqueville's main arguments was that everyone has an equal start in life. So, as done in South Africa, they've added affirmative action to their to many different things, such as education, to make sure that everyone has a fair start.
And they'll be implementing this for just a couple of generations to help level out the playing field. And once they believe that the playing field has been leveled out, they will stop implementing these affirmative action programs.
This similar system resembles what exists in the Michigan cases where the university system implemented, specifically the law school, in Grutter versus Bollinger, that in her majority opinion, Justice O'Connor said that we wouldn't need affirmative action somewhere around 25 years in the future. So I think establishment of affirmative action is a great way to measure and push equality of opportunity.